Alright, we're continuing along in our GovShop tutorial series. This video will show you how to find commodity codes using GovShop. In this video, we'll talk about what PSC codes, NAICS codes, and NIGP codes are, and then show you how to look them up using the GovShop search tool. Now, PSC codes, of course, product service codes as they are known, are used to describe what the federal government purchases. NIGP codes act the same way. They are used to classify the products and services that are procured by state and local governments. So PSC codes and NIGP codes act the same, just for different levels of government. NAICS codes, on the other hand, are used to classify North American businesses by industry. Now, in government procurement, we use NAICS codes to determine which businesses within a particular industry are small or other than small. Now, these can be a little challenging to look up, but it's important that we get them right, because this data that is connected to the PSC codes you input in your electronic contract management system informs economic policy, socioeconomics, a lot of things that are really important at a macro level when we're talking about the government's spending. So let's show you how you can look them up in GovShop. Now, we can start from the home page at govshop.com and enter our search term, Agile Development, and again we see how the results are divided into suppliers, commodity codes, and contract vehicles. Commodity codes are what we're after here, so we can click into that and we get to our commodity code landing page. Now, you see we have 4 different commodity code categories. We have PSF markets, that's Public Spend Forum's proprietary taxonomy that we've been developing to organize the suppliers within GovShop into categories of purchase. We have PSC codes, the product service codes, then the NAICS codes, North American Industry Classification codes, and the NIGP codes. Okay, so you see Agile Development, still our search term. Let's hop over to PSC codes, and what we're going to see is actually results that aren't exactly mapping to what we want. Now, that's because Agile Development as a search term for product service codes isn't really going to work. Now, PSC codes tend to be a little bit more general in their category, so we might want to choose something a little different to search for this PSC code. Now, I know Agile Development is about, ultimately designing software, so let's just use software development as our search term and see what that gets us. Now we're on the right track. You can see product service code 70, information technology equipment, software, so we know we're sort of in the right category. Here's PSC 7030, information technology software. That's probably worth looking at. Now, once you find a PSC code that you think is relevant, I definitely recommend cross-referencing it to a site like the psctool.us, which was built by the Defense Pricing and Contracting Office. It's got more details on the PSC codes themselves. Let's take a quick look at that site, and I'll show you why it's important to look at this tool. So here we are at the landing page for PSC code 7030, information technology. If you look at the exclusions, you'll see that PSC code 7030, while it is for information technology software, it excludes software that's designed to government specifications. Now, when we're using Agile Development, oftentimes we are designing specific software to a specific government specification. So we might need to find a different PSC code for this particular contract. All right, back over to our example. I want to show you how easy it is now to find the NAICS code that maps to software development. I can just click into that category, and here I see I have 73 commodity codes that return for the keyword software development. So what I like about the way these search results are displayed is that I can actually learn about what each NAICS code is just by hovering over this little information tab, so I can get a sense for the sector as a whole. NAICS code 511 is a parent category for publishing industries except internet. Go down a little bit more and I see software publishers, and then finally at NAICS code 51121 I see software publishers, and this seems like a good match. Agile Development clearly would be within the industry establishment that's engaged in computer software publishing or reproduction. So I can look at this NAICS code landing page then. I can copy that down from my market research report or any other purposes, and I can also start to search and filter the contractors that are mapped under this NAICS code. And finally, we have our NIGP codes. So I can see that we have 130 commodity codes that return for the software development keyword, and immediately I can see that we're definitely on the right track because NIGP code 920, that parent code, does include software services. So I can select, it looks like 92045 or 92046. Either of those NIGP codes should work for my Agile development procurement. And now I have something to include in my contracting forms so that my state or local government understands where they're spending their money. So that's how you can find commodity codes quickly and easily using GovShop's keyword search. In the next video, we'll show you how to search contract vehicles so you can take advantage of interagency contracting and streamlining of procurements.